Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Yalek, and I'm sorry I have not been posting much at all lately, but I've just been so busy with things. A lot going on, but I got a request to do a video about how to attack shield bases with warriors. Now, the person who made the request, Green Machine, does not need it. He's already started trying to do this for himself, and really that's all it comes down to is practice. Before I started doing this, I did a lot of studying, and I watched experts, and then I just tried to note what they did. But it might be easier for some people if we just break it down. First thing to note, max warrior with no troop health, almost 1200 health. That's important to remember. So I have 3 examples. First 2 are boosted, and then the third is from just now and is not boosted, and that's why I figured this would be a good time to do this video, because you don't necessarily have to be boosted, you just have to know what circumstances you're looking for. However, when you're boosted, it is very, very fun, and you can take down almost any base with warriors if you're good enough. Not to sound like braggy or anything. As a matter of fact, this first attack, I'm going to criticize something that I did. So you can always do better. You can always work on things. Fully boosted here, as you can see. This was with my other account. That's why you see the troop health there. That was my max level account. I do keep a troop health there. 1 shield. Shield 2, I believe. And so obviously, the thing with warrior attacks is that they are GBE heavy. You can't do them unless you have a lot of GBE. You don't see a lot of warrior players on the leaderboard. There have been a couple. Even those are heavily to the offense. There was one guy who had 8 offense statues and 2 blues, and he did warrior attacks on the leaderboard. Petu, he's on YouTube if you want to go find him. But it takes a lot of GBE, and primarily your costs are going to be broken down into 3 things. Your biggest cost is going to be smoke. You're going to have to smoke a lot to get to where you need to go. In this case, we only have 1 shield to deal with, so this is an easier example, but I mean, we're going to land on the beach and start smoking. So we're going to be going this way. Where's my pen? Okay. What color do we have right at the moment? Good, I like that color. Very easily visible. So we're going to be landing this way with a flare. And then we've got to go up to the shield, so we're going to go around this corner. And from there, to get to the HQ, I'm going to flare to this sniper tower first. That'll help our warriors run in a narrower formation, which will be easier for me to smoke. So then we'll go to the sniper tower, and from the sniper tower to the HQ. So you've got flare, 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 and you're probably looking at, let's see, well, at least 1 smoke, 2 smokes, at least 3 smokes to get to the shield generator, and from there you've got a re-smoke, so that's a 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. So at a minimum of 8 smokes, and that's if we really stretch them out appropriately. So that's going to cost some. The next thing is your shocks. Shocks are expensive. The first shock is 7, but the cost goes up by 5 each time. So for 2 shocks, you need 19 GBE. For 3, you need 17 plus 19, so 36. So that is a fairly big cost too. Now in this case, so I've already seen what the plan is, so we'll be approaching the HQ from this side, and that's going to mean that our problems are here. Where's the pen? There. Here. Machine gun here will be taunted. This will be taunted. I'm not going to worry about this grappler. It ends up getting me, but that's neither here nor there, because I will have taunted at that point. Not a concern. And then this shock launcher here, I don't like it. So we could shock it, and I probably should have. That's where I'm going to criticize this attack. Instead, I decided I would BART it out, because that just leaves me with the 1 shock down here. BARTing it out was probably more expensive than just shocking the thing. In fact, probably is not the word. It was definitely more expensive, so I should have just gone with the 2 shocks. And if you know what's good with warriors, what's bad with warriors in terms of the defenses, then you'll see that there's really nothing else to be worried about here. Sniper towers and boom cannons do not concern us. So, first cost, smoke. Second cost, shocks. Third cost, mine clearance. And I put that third because it is important, and this is why it's important to know that a warrior has almost 1200 health. It's important to check your mines. You have to plan your path. Boom mines are bad. A boom mine is over 5,000. It's going to kill you instantly and take away some of your damage. Shock mines aren't bad, they're just annoying, but you can hit them. Regular mines, you can take at least 4 regular mines and be a-okay, because you have almost 1200 health. You won't have much left, you'll definitely need a medkit, but you can tank a couple mines. So planning what you need to remove. Now this guy seems to have made it very easy for us by putting very few boom mines on the path we're going to take. Definitely should be some hidden near the HQ. No? Really? No, I guess not. So that's going to be a minimal cost for us here. So, just observe. I decided to BART this. Again, should not have. I'd speed through that because that's not interesting. Now, in order, because we've already established that smoke is going to be our primary cost, you want to try to smoke as little as possible. So in this case, we can get up to probably about here before we really have to start smoking. I didn't want Bullet to get grabbed with the grapplers. All other considerations aside, I would not have used this smoke on the beach. And that's why I gapped up here, because I really didn't want to use the extra smoke. Critters to distract a medkit just before the smoke expires, and in this case, since it's a shield 2, I knew it was only going to be 1 swing, so as soon as I see those hammers go up, I'm throwing the next smoke. The medkit and Bullet's taunt, the critters are to keep the grapplers off Bullet, and then here we have just that 1 shock. I don't know why I bothered to shock over there. Grappler? Oh, I guess grappler, yeah. Either way, this one got me, but it didn't really matter because Bullet was still taunting, and that he ended up taunting stuff over here. So that was not ideal. Obviously, it was a win, and it was a pretty convincing win, but that doesn't mean that everything was done perfectly there. And really, for me, when it comes to this stuff, it's about getting it right. So that little stuff annoys me. Here we have a shield 3. And in this case, the mines are much more of a problem. So, 2 shock mines in the HQ plus a boom mine, so I just decided to barrage. And here you can see me thinking. I'm staring at the mines down here, and I decided that I didn't like the row of mines next to the machine guns. So, and went ahead and removed a couple. So, this is fairly straightforward. I mean, I hope you see that, right? Back to the shield. Pen up. Nope, is not. So, back to the shield. In this case, with the blasters and grapplers can be a problem for Bullet. So, in this case, when we get to the shield, I'm going to throw critters into the smoke behind. This is an ideal situation with the shield generator placement. What I don't love is when people put the shield generator sort of, like, let's say you've got a corner base over here and all the buildings are over here, and then the shield generator's way over there. Not because it's far from the HQ, but because it's not if it's not next to any other buildings, your warriors, as soon as they get done with the shield generator, go looking for other targets, so then they spread all over the place. In this case, this is perfect, because the warriors will spread looking for other targets, but there are several right near the shield generator, so they'll stay more or less where they are, and they'll stay under the smoke. So, straight path back to the shield generator, critters behind. In this case, there's going to be so few things attacking us. I mean, some rockets and stuff, but I'm not even going to bother taunting, I think, if I remember right. But let's watch. obviously trying to stretch out your smokes as much as possible. You saw the little gap on the last one. This one I could have gapped, but with the blaster there and Bullet decided not to, because when he gets chain shocked, it's a problem. So the critters, and that's really just to protect Bullet, but I'm going to go ahead and even save the GBE on the taunt. Yep, there you go. So, and re-smoke, flare back. Really is a good idea to try to figure out your smokes as best you can beforehand. And now we're looking at 2 shocks. You've got a shock over here and a shock back here, and we're going to ignore the rear blaster. And we're going to ignore the front blaster, which will obviously be taunted, but just not even going to bother with them. They're not that important. So this one probably could have almost been done unboosted, but a relatively easy example. Practice makes perfect, just, you know. I just enjoy doing this. I believe all of these guys have ice. And so, just finished up with this guy, finally. And you can see they're not boosted and no troop health, because this is a different account. And in this case, shield generator 1, so that helps because you also should know what the health of the shield generator is and roughly how much damage your particular warriors do. These guys do about 55,000 damage with a swing unboosted. It's about 50, it's a little lower on my main account because I have 1 less damage. But it'll change depending on, you know, your particular statues, but you should know that number so that you know whether it's going to take 1 swing or 2 or even 3 to take down a shield. If it's a heavy ice base, it could be possible. So this one being a shield 1, and he does have ice but it's not boosted, was only in the range of like 30-some thousand. Obviously 1 swing. Our path to get to that shield, of course, is going to be like that. And then we're going to go over to the boom cannon again, because the warriors will run in a narrower formation, and then to the HQ. So that's pretty straightforward. And then from there, you see which mines are going to be an issue for us. So because I'm not boosted, I'm going to try to go as minimalistic as possible. I'm going to pop this one, and I'm going to pop this one up near the HQ. This one on the shore, I tried a trick and it didn't work. I'm going to leave these guys alone, all the rest of them. And this, yeah, we're going to take them, and you're going to see the health go scarily low, but it doesn't matter. Actually end up at the HQ on this hit having an extra med kit. I look down, my warriors are on the HQ and everything. Taunt has already been activated, and I've got 39 GBE, and we already said I need 19 for 2 shocks, and in this case I decided it's only going to be 2 shocks. We're going to get shock launcher and shock launcher and not worry about anything else. So I only need 19, which means I had plenty left over, so just use the second medkit. Managing GBE is a big deal. Obviously the timing and, you know, stretching your smokes out, managing your GBE is a pretty big deal when you're doing this. So yeah, I'm going to try a trick on the shore. It didn't end up working. So as to avoid having to use an extra artillery or critters or anything like that, because as it turns out, yes, I would have had the gunboat for extra artillery. So I dropped Bullet out ahead and threw a smoke, hoping that he would clip, threw him right in front of that boom mine, hoping that he would clip it, and he ended up stopping just short of it, and so one of the warriors ended up activating it anyway. A little bit of a gap, again, that's okay, because we're going to throw a med kit as soon as we get to the shield generator. You can actually wait on that. In this case, I wanted extra healing, but you can normally wait on that till, you know, a little bit later in your smoke timer, and that way you've got the healing going on while your warriors are exposed, so they're taking damage from rocket launchers and things in the area, but you're also healing them up at the same time. Again, because I was trying to save GBE, I did not throw critters this time. I would have if I had been absolutely certain of the GBE, then I would have thrown critters to distract this blaster. But you know, I wasn't, so I figured I'd take the chance with Bullet. So as soon as the hammers go up, and we're swinging and throwing that next smoke out. Had already planned on this taking exactly that for smoke, so we're good. And I mean, those health bars are not ideal, but, and here's where 39 GBE, okay, medkit that. And then the 2 shocks, and we're good. And this is, I don't know, 700 VP or something. This is not good base design. All the base designs are terrible. It's rare that I even get to do this on this account, because normally I just run over people. So it's fun, actually. It's a challenge to get out there without the boost on and take down one of these bases. But really, the only thing that's going to really seal it for you and make it easy. It is relatively easy, honestly. But just practice. I mean, you get the muscle memory. You just know what's supposed to be coming next after a while. It's hard if you're trying to think through each action in the middle of doing them. I mean, things happen quickly. So if you're trying to think, wait, what do I have to do next, then you're screwed. But if you just develop sort of the instinct for it, you're going to fail. You're going to lose warriors. Hey, guess what? Luckily, warriors are cheap, and they heal, or they train faster than any troop in the game. So you're not losing a whole lot there. So what the heck? Have some fun with it. Those are the basic steps. I mean, you can just, you can watch. There are other. Petu is the leaderboard player who did keep ice 0. I mentioned him a lot. Leaderboard player and had no ice. And some really, really beautiful strategies there. But this is just the basic how-to, and I mean, it serves me very well. I would say probably 90% of my attacks on this account are just warriors. Same for the lower account, which is even lower in VP, just warriors and just stomp on people. So much so that it's actually fun when a shield does come up. Anyway, I recommend you try it. I have a lot of fun doing it. It does keep things interesting, which some other troop combinations do not for me. Anyway, that's all I got. So like the video, thumbs up, all that, and I will catch you later.